Hey guys. Eric and Tom. Every time. Eric and Tom at 4UP Gaming.
I mean, there could be girls. Like, hey.
Wow, you're absolutely right. That is very insensitive of me.
Yeah.
Hey,
folks.
That sounds
a little too country.
Yeah, it makes it sound a little too country at that point. That's where you lose the T in country and it's just country. Hey everyone. Is that
all?
Hey.
That's all Southern too.
Hey, yeah. Hey. I don't even know what. Hey. Yeah, okay, we're coming at you guys with another battle report. This is the first battle report with Clash of Kings 2022 rules.
Yeah.
And this is also our first battle report. This is our first game ever on our brand new battle mat that we have here. So this
plug for
Mats by Mars, yeah. So we have a new battle mat here. This is a snowy terrain or a snowy battle mat, whatever you want to call it. It's done by Mats by Mars, and I'm sure we'll probably do a review of it later. But just so you guys kind of can see it, it's like a vinyl. Yeah, it's super nice.
Like a wallpaper.
Like a wallpaper.
Pretty much, that's what I would say.
What I like about it is it's not shiny. It feels pretty good material. And what's cool about it is Mats by Mars, when you go and buy them, first of all, they're here in the United States. So for all of our US brothers and sisters that play Kings of War, the shipping is a lot cheaper because they're actually here in the US. Because it does come in a pretty good sized box. But it does keep the price a lot lower than if you're in Australia or the Philippines or anywhere else. Sorry guys. But what's cool about them is you can actually decide if you want certain grid lines or stuff like that on the actual mat itself, and I opted to have the Kings of War lines.
Yeah.
So these lines are actually done specifically for games of Kings of War, and so it's pretty cool.
We've been 1 foot squares.
You like 1 foot squares?
I do.
Yeah. So what these grid lines do, they're pretty much set out horizontally every 12 inches. So of course you have, the first one is your deployment zone.
Yeah.
And then obviously you go to the second one, that is your table half. If you guys have watched our other battle report, it's nice having the lines on there.
Yeah,
so
you get the circle of
there goes the objective. It's got a circle, as Tom was explaining, for the dominate scenario. And then you can obviously, you look at the grids on here, and you have 6 squares, and those squares are for, what's the name of the scenario? Do you remember that one? Where you have to is it occupy? So you have the 6 different ones for occupy. The lines are there, so you're not like holding the tape measure and trying to, like you guys saw at the end of our last battle report. You don't have any of that stuff. And ironically enough, this was actually purchased before we had our controversy from the last battle report. I actually had already purchased this. That was not done because of that game.
It was.
I had actually had this sitting at my house when I was putting that together, and I was like, those battle lines would have made it much easier. But anyway, Mats by Mars, guys, if you guys are in the market for a new battle mat, definitely check them out. They do all different sizes. Obviously for us, we like 6 foot by 4 foot mats because that's what we play on.
Yeah.
We don't play the 4 foot by 4 foot. I know some Kings of War games you can do 4 foot by 4 foot.
That's
we don't do
like
that.
A Vanguard.
Yeah, or like smaller. I know some of the new scenarios out of the Clash of Kings 2022 have a 4 foot by 4 foot.
Nice. There's smaller games that are like 1,000 point, I think 1,000. Yeah. 1,500, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, those ones you can definitely do that on. But we like the 6 foot by 4 foot. So I think this cost me, and again, this is, I'm sure by the moment this is going to come out of my mouth, it's going to be different because with the way the money is going around here in the US right now, it's probably going to go up in price. But I think this was like $75 American. I shouldn't say that. I should say $75 US. Sorry. We have Canadian people and people from Mexico, and they consider themselves American too. So anyway,
wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, there was this whole thing. Like, it was a Canadian guy, and they're like, "I'm American too," and I'm like, "Oh, that's right. I guess you are. technically. So anyway, it's about $75 US, and then that's before shipping. And I think shipping was only like $5, $10 maybe. So you're looking at $80, $85 for a pretty good mat.
Yeah, and pretty solid.
Yeah, it's pretty good, and it's something different for you guys. So you guys aren't seeing the green monster all the time. Sorry, unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of terrain to go with it that matches the ambiance of it because, well, if you guys have tried to order anything right now, it's hard to get stuff. And I actually got the battle mat really, really quick because it's made here in the U.S. And
romantic. When they shipped that book, man, they did it in like a week.
That was actually super quick. Well, that's because we used to complain all the time, and maybe they finally listened to us. But anyway, Mats by Mars, check them out. And yes, guys, we will be getting snow-themed terrain to go along with it, so it looks better. But the nice thing is, you guys can tell with the GoPro, you guys can see like where the hills are. Yeah. Like you can clearly denote where the terrain is because it looks different. So makes it easier. And you guys should be able to see the lines a little bit from the GoPro. They're super, super helpful. I know that. I mean, they're good. It's going to be nice.
Huge. The center line. It's nice. Just
it's going to be nice.
The center.
You don't even have to measure anything. It's going to be super nice.
Yeah.
So I'm super impressed. But yeah, Clash of Kings 2022.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, nice.
We both thought that it was going to be like just
huge,
crazy changes.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm happy that they're not as many changes as we thought there would be.
Everything got a buff. I don't think anything got like a nerf. I can't think of anything.
No, nothing really got a nerf, which is nice. And we got 2 new armies. Well, we don't, but everybody does, right? The halflings, and then I guess the halflings are selling like crazy.
Yeah.
So awesome, Mantic, way to go.
No, great models.
Yeah.
The sculpts and stuff. I mean, you're competing with GW. You're getting up there.
Everything
looks really good. The new Riftforged Orcs models, I really like. I think they're awesome.
I am so happy that I picked orcs for an army, and that they came out with Riftforged Orcs because they do look pretty cool.
They're awesome models. Great sculpts.
They look
everything
good.
About it, really nice.
They look good. It's gonna force me to get better at my painting, just so that because like the last thing, like not to say anything bad about Mantic's models, but I always felt bad painting a GW model that was like expensive and really nice because I made it look like crap.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Mantic models, you're like, all right, this looks, I can, you know, it wasn't the, you know, creme de la creme of model. So, all right, cool. I feel better. But now I'm going to be like, oh man, like that's an amazing looking model and I'm going to paint it and it's going to look like crap. I'm going to have to hire your Filipino sweatshop to do them.
And Filipinos.
I don't know if I can bring myself to do it, but I might have to.
Yeah.
Might have to. Anyway, I'm going to be playing the Riftforged Orcs.
Excited to see them. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I guess technically it's Riftforged Orcs with orcs.
We said orc with Riftforged Orc allies.
Yes.
That's what we're calling it.
There we go. Orcs with Riftforged Orc allies. There you go. Well, actually, no. Technically, I can't do that. Because then I only
a theme list.
Yeah, so technically it's Riftforged Orcs, guys, but obviously most of my list is gonna be orcs because
he plays orcs.
I play orcs. Yeah, and luckily enough, I don't know if maybe people at Mantic were watching our battle reports, but the units that they included from the basic orc army are pretty much all the units that I have. Yeah. So that really helped me out. Thank you. Really, the only models I guess that are going to be stand-ins. And when I say that, I mean, I'm sorry guys, I don't have all of the models, the Riftforged Legionnaires that just got released a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. I don't have them bought and painted and assembled. I don't even know. I don't even know if they shipped yet. So before you guys kill us in the comments and downvote this video into oblivion, yes, it is a Riftforged Orc army, but only in the fact that that's how I wrote it with the army list. All the models I have are Mantic Orcs, just the basic Orcs. There are no Riftforged Orc models here. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, they haven't even shipped yet. So if other people have them and they're already painted and have them on the board, awesome.
Better than us.
You're way better than us. I haven't even seen any of them yet. So, well, I've seen them online, but not in person. So I'm sorry, guys. If you're expecting new models, you're just gonna have to make do with what I got. Sorry.
But you get to see the Riftforged Orcs.
Yeah, you get to see the rules. You get to see their new rules on the table and kind of see how they play a little bit, and it's going to be interesting. And then you're doing
Abyssal Dwarfs.
No!
Straight Abyssal Dwarfs.
Wow!
It was tough with the Gallic's Fury and the Steel Behemoth getting a buff to not play dwarfs, but we'll see how it goes.
Fair enough. Oh man, Abyssal Dwarfs. How I hate them. Anyway,
he hates all my armies.
I do. I really do.
It doesn't matter what I
really do.
I hate those guys.
And I think he's going to hate the Riftforged Orcs.
Probably.
Probably a lot, because they are a pain. Just from how I see them playing, they can really be a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I'm interested to see them. Different army, different look.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely something different.
I have no idea what I'm facing, so it's like, cool, something new, like a tournament game.
So we're going to, in just a sec here, we'll go over deployment. The scenario is loot, so it's an old one of the old basic scenarios, which is fine. Totally fine with the old basic scenarios. And we're gonna get going here in just a sec. You guys will see our deployment, and we'll get on with the game. No regen. Oh, you got
fire oil.
You got fire oil.
Always. It's like 5 points. It's like that's worth a shot.
I know, right? All right, your Abyssal Dwarfs. What do you got?
2 troops of berserkers, or abyssal berserkers, I think. Got the old Hellfane, but he's got the Overmaster upgrade.
Ooh.
Got a half-breed champion. Got 3 hordes of Obsidian golems.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And then you got a little. Is that a little Overmaster
Ironcaster.
behind him, or Ironcaster?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a little Surge 8.
I bet he does.
3 regiments of half-breeds, another horde of obsidian golems, and a slave driver.
Nice.
He's just inspiring.
Okay. Well, your list is definitely a hammer anvil list. You've got your hammer units, obviously, right there. You kind of broke up your
Units right here?
Yeah. Well, is that what I said, anvil or hammer?
Oh, you said hammer.
I'm sorry.
I was like, oh,
Your
definitely
anvil units right there. And then you got your hammer units right there. So you got a nice little hammer anvil combo. Then you have an anvil over here because that anvil is going to go into the forest and it's going to stay right there. And then at the last second, it's going to jump out and grab that. Because it can. Because who's going to tell it no? Over here, kind of the same thing. Because you've got hammer anvil, yeah, all in one. And it's going to obviously go into that difficult terrain. Or I'm sorry, difficult terrain. Yeah. The little lake here that's thawed, and it's gonna do the same thing on this side that you're gonna do over here.
Pretty much.
And then this one, you're just gonna hold it down with your 3 anvils, and hopefully hold me long enough to where you can hit like that.
Pretty much.
And actually, Larry brought up a good thing, or brought up a good point. He was asking us what we meant by anvil. If we meant in terms of hammer anvil, or if we meant like tar pity, whatever. And
it's a little different because tar pits are like zombies, like old school GW zombies, where they can't be killed. I don't think there's any technically tar pit where it's going to keep you, because I mean everything's going to get broken through. Even my defense 6-17 is like maybe hold a turn or 2.
Yeah, and so I don't think I responded to him, or maybe I might have, but I agree too. You know, when we were talking, we did our anvil unit videos. We obviously meant those are good to be used with hammer anvil style tactics, but if you don't, those units are going to do their job. They're going to hold a little bit. There's really is no tar pit unit in Kings of War.
I think of GW, the zombie bus. You kill 10 and you gain back 20.
And then just holds you there.
Just holds you forever. There's no way to get through it.
Yeah.
You're stuck in the mud.
And you're just stuck.
Yeah.
And there's really, I think that speaks to the balance of Kings of War in that there is no actual tar pit unit.
Anything's going to hold you. I mean, if you want to kill it, you're going to blow through it.
And if you can't kill it, it's probably going to kill you.
Yeah.
And I agree with you there. Maybe there are some things that some people would consider tar pit units.
I can't think of any.
I really can't think of some.
Heal behind something, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I
don't think it's going to hold that long.
Yeah.
If you want to really kill it, you're going to kill it.
Right. So when we are speaking about hammer anvil units, we're speaking of it in terms of hammer anvil style tactics. For example, we have the hammer units over here on the hill,
Something that
and
holds
then
you for a turn
anvil.
lets me come in on the flank.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking
Hammer
of too.
anvil.
Hammer anvil. Yeah. You gotta hit the hammer against the anvil, and you're hitting the unit in the middle. Right.
I want you to charge this. And not charge this.
Exactly.
I want this to charge you.
Exactly.
I want this to hold.
Exactly. Because I don't really think, and it was a good question because we did not really discuss that in the video, kind of the difference between a tar pit and an anvil.
Yeah. I don't think there's technically any tar pits. I can't think of any.
And I can't really think of any tar pit that I would consider. And when I say tar pit, what I'm thinking of
is something that's going to take you all game to chew through.
It's something that you really, yes, exactly.
This big. If you kill 10 and they get 20 back,
right,
you're stuck there all game.
Right. It's something that's going to hold for the whole game, like 3, 4, 5 turns. And the game is so balanced that I don't think there really is anything like that. Unless you're dumb and you run a hero like Ector. If you run Ector into a legion of zombies,
you're going to sit there forever.
Then it's going to be a tar pit in the essence that you can't break through by yourself.
Yeah.
But is that a tar pit because...
Hold it for a second so you can bring in a hammer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, again, then does that make it a tar pit or is it an anvil? Because if you're going to hold it just to counter, it becomes an anvil. Yeah. Exactly. So anyway, Larry, we don't really know if there's any actual what we would consider to be tar pits. Because, again, when we're talking a hammer anvil, we mean for the actual tactic itself of holding.
Just to take that charge.
Just to take the charge so that you can follow up with your hammer units. That's kind of what we were going at with that. I know it's kind of interesting bringing it up right here in the middle of the battle report, but I did want to address that. So, Larry, hopefully you're listening, and hopefully you're watching this, and you can kind of understand what we meant when we said anvil. And there really is no tar pit, really.
Not anymore.
At least not that we think of. At least in Kings of War.
Yeah.
So... All right, let's go on to the orc deployment. That's right, I was corrected by Tom, and he is absolutely right. These are the Riftforged Orcs. So over here, I have a regiment of Orclings because they're a swarm, and so obviously they have regiments and hordes. So I have a regiment of Orclings. Behind them, I have a unit of Riftwalkers, a troop unit of Riftwalkers.
Interesting choice on those.
Yeah, so I know they look like Morax, but they're not. They're Riftwalkers. They can actually fly. So there you go, everybody.
Teleport.
Yeah, they're going to teleport. And then right here, I have a horde of Riftforged Legionnaires. So those are the guys, pretty much like the bread and butter of the Riftforged army. They are the melee 3-up. Defense 5 hidden on they're nasty.
Yeah.
My war drum is not actually a war drum, everybody. That is the shrine, the Stormforged shrine, right there in the middle. Behind them, I have a Stormcaller.
Yeah,
Stormcaller. I'm sorry, guys. Trying to remember all these darn names right now. And the Stormcaller has Celestial Restoration and Bane Chant, and then also Lightning Bolt 4, which it has base already. And then right next to him, I have another horde of Riftforged Legionnaires. In front of them, a regiment of Orclings. Next to them, another little troop of Riftwalkers. And then next to them, I'm bringing the fight wagons back.
That actually is a troop, or no? It's a regiment.
That right there is a troop.
Orclings.
Those little Orclings, that's a regiment.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah, because they're kind of like monstrous infantry, where they do the whole for swarms. They only do regiment and hordes.
Okay.
It's weird how they do it.
You thought it'd be bigger.
Yeah.
The regiment should be like.
You would think.
You would think.
Yeah, you would think. But they're actually, I think, on the same bases as not monstrous, but large infantry.
Yeah.
They're the same base size. So, anyway, sorry guys, I'm probably making you sick with the camera angles here. And then right here, like I said, we have a regiment of fight wagons. Next to them, I have a Rift Forger, who looks a lot like a Crudger. And he has the Smithy special rule. And then I gave him Bane Chant, Storm Strike, and Host Shadow Beast. And then next to him, what looks like Gakamak is actually Thonar, which if you guys have watched our top 5 individuals video, he was actually my number 5 on that video, so he's a pretty good individual.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got all kinds of cool little special rules that I'll go over later, possibly. And then I have a regiment of, Yeah, regiment. Regiment of Gore Riders. Behind them, I have a regiment of Fight Wagons. And then holding down my flank, another regiment of Gore Riders. Kind of, sort of the same thing, except mine's more like, instead of hammer anvil, it's hammer hammer. It's just hammer time. It's just, that's all it is. Well, I say hammer time, and most people watching this don't even know what that is. Anyway, so that's our deployment right there. Now, in regards to terrain...
Yeah, a little different.
Yeah, the terrain's a little weird, guys. Right here, you guys can kind of barely see it. That is going to be blocking terrain, right? For the purposes of what it is. Now, not for shooting, I wouldn't say. Or do you want to make it for shooting, too? Do you want to make those blocking for shooting as well?
I don't think it really matters, but yeah, that's fine. Either whatever we decide. None of us have too much shooting, so
the stalagmites are going to be blocking terrain. So they'll block line of sight, block shooting. I don't think it matters. I think I have one model that shoots, and he's over there out of the way. So we have a height 2 hill. We have a height 4 hill. It's kind of hard to see from this camera angle, but that actually is a pretty big ass hill.
Decent, height 3 was like.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good size hill. Yeah, I agree. And then, I'm missing our nice little forest here, which obviously they're going to run right into the forest there. And then over here, we have another forest right there in the center, another piece of blocking terrain. And then we have a obstacle. We have a lake over there that is kind of thawed. So that's obviously difficult when marching through, but does not block line of sight.
Height 0 or height 1.
Yeah, height 0. And then we have another piece of blocking. That is actually blocking over there, the rock, right? Okay. Next to your Hellfane. And then over here, I don't know how you always end up with the obstacles right there.
I mean, you have one right there next to you.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. It doesn't matter because you got to cross
I wish
it.
I had some decimators to put behind there. Is what I wanted.
Yeah, right.
That would have been nice. That's a good decimator spot.
But yeah, so that's what we got. And the scenario again, guys, is loot. So we have one right there. We have another loot counter right there, and then we have another one way on the other side over there. So pretty well spread out, which is going to obviously spread out our armies.
I thought about putting it right here. Just doing like a 4x4 table.
Just being a total jerk.
Table.
Just being a total jerk. So that is what we are looking at, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get started with turn 1. End of turn 1, and we did actually have a little bit of shooting.
A little bit.
So Tom actually moved up the Hellfane, shot my Orklings that I moved up, did 3 wounds, but rolled like garbage on the nerve, and so they're still there. But that's okay. They're Orklings. It's not a huge deal. What's that?
10-12?
Yeah, 10-12. They were there by 1.
I know, I was close. Not that waiver would have.
So I made a tactical error here with my dudes on the edge, and so I'm trying to redeploy them. We'll see. It's probably going to hurt me later in the game, but we'll see what happens. When I'm talking about this unit right here. So my Spirit Stormwalkers. Spirit Walkers. Yeah, that's it.
They're not Spirit Walkers at all.
No, they're whatever the hell they are.
Not even close to that.
You know what I mean. They're the dudes that fly. The Riftforged flying infantry guys.
Really? What do they call them? Riftwalkers.
Riftwalkers. There we go. Riftwalkers. Should know my freaking army. All right. Anyway, I turned them around, moved them back this way. Moved up my whole battle line, as you guys can see. And then moved my other Riftwalkers behind my cav because I feel like I need a little bit extra punch here just because when I hit you, I have to go through. And I'm sorry, guys, my camera skills today are not great. What I'm saying is I've got Fight Wagon, I've got Riftwalkers, I've got Gore Rider, Fight Wagon, and then I've got two special characters.
Yeah, he's got a lot of points over.
I've got a lot of points on this side of the board. So when I do decide, or however it happens, I need to be able to stack the deck in my favor to where I can take out your 3 units over here. Now, granted, once I do that, I still have to take care of the anvils that are over here. But I want to be able to hit your hammers with my hammers. And having my Riftwalkers over here in the middle is not really... I feel like it's not going to help me that much. So, move them over here and see what I can do. I moved everything else up. I stayed out of your charge range. You moved up, stayed out of my charge range. Like we talked about and was predicted, you moved your golems into the forest there, where they are going to sit there and stay all freaking game unless I try and go in there and get them out of there, which is dumb. So, yeah, you moved up. I moved up. You shot me. Didn't do very much. And that was turn 1. So we're going to go...
Actually, moving. We're moving.
We are moving. I mean, what's nice is you guys can see in the lines there. That's the half. That's the half of the board. The table half is right there. So we're actually moving pretty quick at each other. So anyway, let's go on to turn 2. All right, end of turn 2, and
First blood.
First blood goes to Tom. Surprise, surprise. He charged into my Orclings that were right there and ended up killing them, because when you charge Orclings with a horde...
That was garbage. That was a garbage roll.
It was actually, pretty bad. What actually saved you was the boxcars on nerve. Yeah. otherwise they would actually still be holding it down against lesser obsidian golems. What did I do?
You did nothing.
Yeah, I moved up my Orclings. I shot a lot of lightning bolt at the Hellfane, did no wounds.
Yeah.
And then I moved my flyers, my rift walkers over a little bit. I kind of positioned my hordes just so you could not flank me from up there on the hill. Yeah, I know, guys, it does not look like that he would have the distance, but actually he almost did, so I had to move them. Yeah. Fight wagons are all hanging out. We're just kind of playing a big game of Cold War era. Let's stare at each other from across the afar and hope that nobody, or let's see who flinches first type thing. So my whole battle line over here is just kind of hanging out, waiting, and he's waiting, and he's offering his anvils. So anybody that wants to know how a hammer anvil army plays, this is what
Charge
you do.
Those ones.
You force
so the other ones come in.
Yeah, you force the issue over here with the anvils, hoping to engage my line, and then you get to counter with your hammer that's up on the hill. And I forgot that actually I have a piece of war gear for one of them, which is the Drunken Ram. But I forgot about it, so I don't know which one, and I'm not going to put it on one. Yeah. So if you want to roll a die, I don't know, 1 through 3 is that one, 3, 4, or 4, 5, 6 is that one. Okay, so it's that one. Because I totally forgot about it. It's the Drunken Ram, which isn't going to help me anyway, because I'm probably going to go, it's Thunderous, and I'll lose it. But anyway, trying out some of the new war gear.
Yeah.
Not really doing very much right now. Anyway, what else happened?
I just held.
Hold. That's what's going on. I think this turn, though, it's probably going to get a little bit bloody, because Tom's forcing my hand. If I don't do something, you are going to charge, obviously, into my battle shrine or into them. Then you could always double charge into this unit. I think you've got the range here to double charge. Nobody wants to be double charged by 2 golem units. So at this point, I have to do something. And hopefully not die. It's looking interesting. My only saving grace is that I have strength in numbers right here.
Yeah, you got there.
So that's why we're keeping this arms race going. Yeah,
he's got numbers, so he should be pushing. But
kinda. We'll see. We'll see. You have more quality units than I do, I feel. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Let's go into turn 3. Okay, bottom of 3, and turn 3 was pretty bloody.
It doesn't get too much bloodier than that.
I charged in with dang near everything. I charged in through through the difficult terrain and did a respectable amount of wounds with my Riftforged Legionnaires against your golems.
Yeah, I did 4.
Your other golem horde that was right here in the middle, that was in the forest, is gone because I flanked with the
Strider killed me.
Yeah, them having Strider and then obviously flanking, that totally killed you. And then obviously, they obviously helped. Yeah. I mean, it was a group effort.
Oh yeah.
And then I charged in with my fight wagons because I had to hold up that flank so that you didn't flank me right there. That's why I charged in with the fight wagons. Did like 4 wounds or so. In fact, where'd their wounds go? Oh, it's over there. Yeah, 4 wounds. Because that one is, well, that's marking where they are.
That's where they are.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, where's it there?
And then I moved up my Gore Riders over here because I had to give you something.
Yeah.
I had to force the issue over here, even though I didn't want to lose possibly 2 regiments. But I had to get you off the hill because I didn't want you swinging the door closed and start going down this way.
Right.
So I had to give you something over here to keep you busy. You killed one and then you wavered the other, which is sad. I like Gore Riders, but let's be honest here, they're 190 points.
Yeah.
It's whatever. They just kind of do what they do. So let's see here. The one that hurt the most though is actually this one right here. That sucked. I liked having that middle right there, but it is what it is, right? So let's see. What am I going to do? That I don't know. That I don't know. To be honest with you, I do not know. And then over here, you killed my Orklings.
Yeah.
You charged in, and actually, you did a really good job. Over here, you did like 18 freaking or 17 wounds or something.
Yeah.
You did 17 wounds on this horde, so that was super, super good. Considering you were hindered,
Yeah.
those guys hit on 3s or on
3s.
4s? Those guys hit on 3s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dwarf ones hit on 4s.
Oh, okay.
That's what
But even
dwarf
with that
ones
was
are.
really good. 24 attacks,
good.
hitting on 4s, and then crush one.
Crush
So you're
one.
needing 4s, and
Yeah,
you still
just-
did
yeah.
pretty damn good. So that hurts. But my dude, you did actually waver this unit, but my dude does have Fury.
Yeah,
So
you're coming back.
yeah, so I'm going to come back and at least hopefully try and do some more damage on this unit and get rid of those golems. That would be nice. And yeah, right now I have, well, I mean, I haven't picked it up yet, but I'm on top of one. You are on top of another, or you have another, and then the other one is over here, which is really deep into your area over there. So right now you've got 2 to 1 on me, but it is only going into turn 4. So we still have some time.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We're just starting turn 4, halfway
We're
through.
it's
halfway
only
point.
just begun. So anyway, let's go into turn 4. So what are we at now? To end of turn 4?
Yeah, bottom 4.
So bottom of 4, guys. So much bloodshed. So much bloodshed. I charged into the other unit of Obsidian Golems here that had a couple wounds and finished them off. And for the first time in a long time, I actually rolled 2 really good nerve rolls in the same, like
Yeah.
one back to back. So that doesn't usually happen to
You
me.
did a lot of wounds, if
Yeah.
I remember right.
Yeah. I flanked and frontal charged them and wavered them because I had to re-roll. Originally I was good, re-rolled, and I rolled like a 3 or something.
3 or 4,
So it was
yeah.
dumb. But anyway, they are wavered. You finally killed off my Gore Riders here in the center. They were wavered, and you finally killed them off. And then over here, you actually kind of sucked it up on this one.
Yeah.
I think you did like 5 wounds. I mean, we call that sucking, but still, 5 wounds isn't bad. But still, it could have been better.
Yeah.
And I actually hit you and did a crap ton of wounds, but fucked up on my roll. I actually killed him the first time, and the second time,
Same thing.
yeah. So, you know, for those of you that don't believe in inspiring, have inspiring.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and then over here, what's that? Oh, okay. And then no, that's right. And then over here, my Orc Legionnaires came in. Or I'm sorry, not my Orc Legionnaires,
okay.
but yeah, the Legionnaires, the
Riftforged
Riftforged Legionnaries came in, countering needing threes.
Should have killed him.
Oh my god, guys, need threes, and I Bane chanted them. So they needing threes, 25 attacks with Crush 2.
Did
Could
like 2 wounds
not
or 4
kill
wounds.
them. I did like 4 wounds.
Yeah.
Like
I think
seriously.
I had 4 and then you gave 4 more. So, yeah.
It was horrible, guys. Horrible. And so, of course, he double flanked and also hit with the Obsidian Golems. They already had 17 wounds on him and took him off the board. So, yeah, you definitely have that objective. And now I got to try and keep running and get away from you. And that is about where we are at right now. Going into turn 5. This has definitely been a smack fest.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is a smack fest.
A lot of
So,
units dying.
let's see what happens going into turn 5. Okay, end of turn 5.
A little surrounded.
We're
A little surrounded over
yeah, we're starting to. Our armies are both starting to dwindle down. you literally have, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, not counting the individual, you got 5. And I've got 2 units that are able to hold onto objectives right now. Not looking too good for me just because I don't think I can freaking get him off of that objective. And Hellfane's defense 6, right? Okay. So it doesn't matter. Both of his things are defense 6, so that's rough. Oh God, man, what happened? I took out both your Abyssal Horseman here, your Abyssal Horseman over here, and then your dude that got in the way there. Your speed bump that was in the way there. And then let's see here. And then you whooped up on my Battle Shrine, so I used my Battle Shrine as a speed bump to try and slow you down.
Yeah, you did.
In the forest, Fearless 17.
Pretty good.
And in the forest, you did 11 wounds, I think. Maybe even higher than that.
I think it was 11, and I rolled 2, like a 9 and an 8 or something like that.
Yeah, so you killed him, which is crazy, but anybody that's watched these battle reports enough knows that that's what Tom does. So, he is now dead, and you are right on my tail right there. We're going into turn 6, so the game very well could end here.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure. So, now it comes down to, can I get away from you? Or am I just going to turn around and face the music? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I do not know. So the speed on these guys is speed 5?
With D3, plus if I get him in range, it'll be 15 inches.
Okay. Well, possibly 15 inches. Or at the very minimum, it's 11, I think, right? Because like D3...
10 plus D3 is so 1, so 12, plus his 2 is 13, so minimum 13.
Minimum 13, okay. And then we have the golems right there, which I don't think there's any way they could get to me because they're speed 5, obviously charging 10, but I'm going to move 10. I'm already ahead of you. So there's no way they can get there. But yeah, we're going to keep on going and see what happens. This one is going to be interesting to say the least. To say the least. Let's see what else we got here. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do there, man. I don't think I can get through it, but I'm going to give it the old college try. Let's see what happens. Wow. All right, guys. This went to turn 6, and it went right down to the wire. If it had gone to turn 7, I'm pretty confident you had 8 wounds on him off the hill. Probably could have killed him, taken it out. So if it had gone to turn 7, I most likely would have had a victory, but it didn't. It went to turn 6.
Turn 6.
And Tom, whenever he needs to roll a low number to keep it on turn 6, he rolls a low number. So I guess that means I shouldn't go first anymore. I should let you go first so that the dice rolls are in my hands and not yours.
Always play for the bottom of the turn.
Well, you have to, right? I mean, that's why I ended up moving, because I'm like, I still have to try.
Oh, yeah.
The only way I can win is if it goes turn 7.
And that was close. That guy did 8 wounds. I was super scared.
Oh, man.
The dude came in with his...
Thonar did 8 wounds by himself, and then everybody else...
Shadow Beast and stuff, and then everybody else did nothing.
Everybody else whiffed.
I was like, oh, he did 8 wounds. I'm like, oh,
8
God,
wounds.
I'm going to actually lose here.
Yeah. I was like, too cool, man. I got this.
And then from the other 2 units, I was like, awesome.
The other 2 guys did nothing.
I think he actually
And then I did it.
I did it.
I rolled a 10. Yeah, I rolled a 10 on the first nerve roll.
Nasty.
So obviously got him to 18, which would have routed his obsidian golems.
Yeah.
And then I rolled again.
A 4.
And I rolled a 7.
7, was it?
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I did. I rolled a 7.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang it.
But he had it. I was like, oh, no.
All I would have needed is 2 more wounds.
Yeah.
Just 2 more wounds. If I'd have gotten you to 10, then rolled that 7,
inspiring.
Inspiring.
So, just a message for you guys. Inspiring.
Yeah, juicy. That's why you kill dudes when you can that have inspiring. This was a super good game. It sucked because it seemed like I was really doing well, and then all of a sudden I had a couple really bad rolls, which really put me out really bad. And then the trip charge there, that was good. Didn't get enough to stop them, but still, I like the effort. The effort was good. The surge, if the surge would have gone farther, you'd have killed them. It's amazing though. This game came down to what? The inspiring roll there, and then your turn roll.
Turn roll.
So
dice rolls.
This game literally came down to just a couple of dice rolls.
Always does between us.
Yeah,
and
so even though I'm sorry, guys, I lost again. I'm sure you guys are like, oh my god, he loses all the time. I actually don't lose all the time. It just looks like that. And man, this one was so close.
It was close. Like I said, it comes down to 1 or 2 dice rolls.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It could go a 6-turn game, and that would come down to 1 or 2 dice rolls. It's pretty crazy.
Well, and you can't even, like, you can't get angry when it does that. Like, it's the only time I get mad is when it's like turn 3 table, and you're like, oh, wow, that sucked.
Yeah.
So when it's not like that, and it comes down to the last rolls of the game, I mean, you can't even get mad about that, right? It was a good game.
That's how you like it.
And
good close game.
Yeah, it was a good close game. You know, the Riftforged Orcs, obviously, the first time I've ever played this variation of Orcs. Realistically, the rules aren't that much different. Different with Host Shadow Beast. That's a little weird.
Host Shadow Beast is crazy. I had that one
nuts.
move where I came in and did like. I got like.
You got 7. You got 7 out of 8.
Yeah, 7 out of 8.
Yeah, for Host Shadow Beast.
Wrecked it.
Yeah.
Great. Again, you're soaking so many points.
Once again, guys, if you guys ever want to go to Vegas with Tom, let me know, and I'll arrange that. You will probably. Well, he'll win money, and you'll get to watch him.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah, and then you did what Abyssal Dwarves do, especially when they're running tournament lists where everything is defense 6.
It was a fun list. I just kind of threw this together. I was like,
oh man,
cool.
And I threw. The only reason why I picked the list that I did is because it's the models I had.
Yeah.
But there's what 5 units on the board with defense 6, right? And they're all scoring, or they're all able to hold objectives.
Yeah.
So that was a tall order for me.
Defense 6 is nasty.
But I mean, I was close to taking almost all of them out.
He almost did good. He almost had the 2. He just left that one for me, and it was like auto 1. So
well,
he has to get to bolt the 2 to win.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of how this scenario plays out. Is you have to decide, is there one that you're willing to sacrifice, and you're going to throw your resources at the other 2.
Yeah.
I mean, over on that side, could I have gone after him with the Horde? Possibly, but with those 2 units of Berserkers backing them up, that lake messes everybody up.
That lake sucks.
No, I think it was a good game. I really can't say that I would have played it any differently because, again, if it comes down to a couple different dice rolls, I win. So it's not like strategically I screwed up.
Yeah, he came at me too. I was surprised that, I don't know, turn 2 or turn 3 when he just, here he comes.
Just coming at you.
That was nasty.
Yeah, just coming at you. So anyway, I hope you guys liked the battle report.
Subscribe.
Yes.
More subscribers. Comments. I like comments.
Yep, most definitely. Hopefully you guys like the battle mat. It's super, like, I really like it. It's nice being able to push units across a lot easier.
Yeah.
Sometimes with like felt or like the whole like mouse
dice
pad
bounced
material.
a little bit on it.
Yeah, they bounced a little bit, but that's also
nice
because
to be able to push your unit too, so you can just like slide
you just slide units. That was nice.
Good and bad, but really a nice.
I think the reason why it bounced though is because you just have a piece of wood underneath. If you probably had something softer underneath, it wouldn't bounce. Right?
What would you recommend there?
Well,
rubber
pool tape.
We're getting a little rubber mat.
What I want under here is no, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Maybe just keep the green monster down beneath it and just put this on top of it.
Yeah,
you can always do that. That might soften it a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I thought my dice rolled about the same as normal. They're really, really hot, and then they're really, really not.
It was true. He was rolling super hot at the beginning. I'm like, man, what the heck?
And I was like, I got this. And then when I needed them, they went cold. So
pink dice are nasty, though.
They are. The hot pink dice that my daughter picked out are pretty good.
It's like his 100 set of dice. He probably has like 3,000 dice at home.
I do. I've got like 5 or 6 different sets, and I always buy like 60 dice when I get a new set. This is the one set that I haven't done that with, and I'm scared to do it because I don't want to jinx it. So I'm like, I'll just keep them the way it is. So, but yeah,
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
It was a fun game.
Riftforged Orcs, those guys are nasty.
They're nasty. They got some combos they can run.
They've got some interesting combos.
That, Shadow Beast combo thing you're running over there was nasty with that.
Yeah. If only the other dude
attacks and stuff. He's like, oh man, he rolled like, I don't know, 4, 5s and 6s, something like that.
Oh yeah,
like 9
that was
nasty.
nasty.
The last turn. I was so scared. I was like, oh my god, he's doing 8 wounds.
So what he's talking about is Thunderstrike and Thunderstruck, and then so with Thunar, whatever his name is. His Storm Strike works on 5s and 6s. So to hit, I think I had like 8 attacks or 9 attacks.
You hit them all, and 4 of them were 5s and 6s.
Yeah. So then I get blast, D2 or blast 2 or whatever on those. So I'm just adding dice. I think I had 12 altogether to roll, and then I end up wounding with 8 of those.
Actually lose.
Yeah. I was like, yes, come on, it's right there, and then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So
then the rest of the units did nothing.
They literally no other wounds. The other 2 units that hit
0.
If they could have done just 2 wounds, just
anything.
2 wounds, just 2 wounds off of
Anything.
13 extra hits, and nope, couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Sad, very sad, but still a good game. I mean, when it comes down to that, again, you can't be mad when it comes down to that.
One
kind of
dice
game.
roll.
I mean,
1 or 2 dice rolls.
we both had fun, and it was good. So again, like, comment, subscribe, and we're gonna get out of here for the night. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and we'll see you guys next time.